All right, everybody, we are live again. Dynasty Mir Search for Uhuru. I just arrived back from Liberia and Sierra Leone early this morning. Got in about 2 o'clock this morning. Went to sleep, got up, worked out, and now we are back. Me and brother Fitzgerald Stephens. We're going to be chopping it up today. Couple things. Number one, tour coming up in March 20th through the 26th. We are going to Nigeria. If you're interested, send me an email, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com, uhuru@searchforuhuru.com. Send me an email. Also, too, I will be heading back out of the country New Year's Eve or January 1st. I will be going to back to Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, and I'll be going to Benin Republic. So just so people could know. But that's not going to stop us from what we are doing. But I had a great time in Africa. I was in Liberia. I was in Sierra Leone. I will be posting the we had lost Fitzgerald. All right, Fitzgerald, you're back. I will be posting the footage here starting this weekend. Be putting it up. So had an excellent time. Can't wait to get back on the plane and head back out, which will be soon. Peace to everybody in the chat room. Please hit that like button. So today's topic is putting 100% of your effort into something that you could control, into something that you have 100% control of. Hey, Willa. So everybody, when I went to Liberia, I stayed with Willa's family, and they took care of me. They fed me. Willa's brother is hilarious, and her brother-in-law is a comedian as well. So I had a great time in Liberia. So I will be back in Liberia next year. Liberia is beautiful. You guys have to visit. But today's topic is putting 100% into something that you have 100% control of. Now, Fitzgerald, when I was in corporate America, I was the other way around. I mean, I did that in reverse. I mean, what do I mean by that? I put in 100% of my efforts into something that I didn't have 100% control of. And I was hesitant into putting 100% of my efforts into something I had 100% control of. And I think part of the reason why was, number one, usually when you go out on your own, you don't see the results that you want immediately. And I think that's the problem with a lot of us. Or to be honest with you, you don't have that confidence or faith in the product that you're pushing versus, the product or service that you're marketing for corporate America. And that was my issue when I was working in corporate America. I got very comfortable working in corporate America because when I put 100% into it, they rewarded me well. But as we know, we told this story before, I didn't have 100% control of. They say if you treat your I would say your entrepreneurship or your whatever product you're pushing outside of corporate America, like Karatbars, like your 9 to 5, you could be successful. As successful as you are if you work hard in corporate America. That's what they say. And so for me, and I tell this story all the time, I remember it like yesterday. So again, I was putting 100% of my efforts into corporate America, something that I did not have full control of. And I get that phone call one day. Hey, Dynasty, we're downsizing. In fact, I got an email. I was in Cote d'Ivoire, your favorite country, Fitzgerald. I got the email. Hey, because of our new acquisition, which is great for the company, we're going to have to downsize your territory. So we're going to be pulling zip codes. And the zip codes they pull from our territory were the best zip codes. But if you guys are familiar with Atlanta, I had East Point, I had College Park, I had part of Atlanta, I had area around the airport, which are booming now. And then I had the South Side. I had Riverdale, I had Old National Highway, also affectionately known as Old Nasty Highway.
Don't talk about that. Don't do
that. I had Riverdale, Jonesboro, Terra Boulevard, which ain't nothing really going on over there. So they pull all my good zip codes and leave me with Riverdale, Griffin, Jonesboro. So I'm like, okay. From there, I just checked out. So, Brother Fitzgerald, go ahead and introduce yourself. And is there anything you want to add to this?
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Fitzgerald Stephens. I'm a VIP Karatbar affiliate here in Tampa, Florida. I'm an entrepreneur. Been so for several years. Really been gaining success within the last couple of years. And what I do, my business is to help people unlock to do what Dynas and I are doing, which is to simply put you and your family in a position where time and money is not the issue. I'm going to start off with a story. I studied martial arts, and I was doing a technique with Master Mark Russo. He's a grandmaster, ninth Dan. If any of you guys who know about rankings, that's like one of the highest ranks in the world, right down here in Tampa. He was teaching me a technique, and I wasn't able to do the technique. And he simply looked at me. He said, the reason you can't do it is because you don't believe. I knew he was right, and I pride myself on believing in things, but until I overcame that fear, my body refused to do the necessary movements that possibly, and if I get in a real life situation, that could literally mean between the difference between life or death for me or someone I love. So what am I saying? When Dynas spoke about corporate America, and he spoke about some of the things that keep people back, the only thing that keep you back from doing it just as hard for you as doing it for someone else is that you're afraid. See, with a job, I'll say it might be drudgery. They might abuse you. They might pass you over for promotion. They might limit your dreams and limit your income. But one thing they don't do is not pay you. You have a steady income check. You have a steady check that that the end of 1 week, 2 weeks, or monthly, however they pay you, that check is going to pay.
We got paid weekly.
Okay, so that's going to be there. That in turn gives you a false sense of security, and you want to keep that, and you feel you have to keep that no matter what is going on. But when you take that, what you're saying is no to yourself and what you want to build for you and your family. But my adage is, and I found it to be painful true at 55 years old. It's been tested over and over and over and over again in my life. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I am a highly educated man. I am a college grad. I don't have a criminal record. I did the things right. I got the training. I got the certificate, but still I wasn't advancing. And you have to say, well, why? Why aren't you doing it? Well, maybe I didn't have the necessary people clicking skills, although I thought I did. I just went in there and I felt I should just do a job and get rewarded based on what I do. It doesn't work like that. You got to also be liked by certain elements of the corporate culture. Your career is dependent upon that. But I got really started being an entrepreneur simply because I kept getting passed over. I kept just being limited in my income, and my personality can't take that. I need to be rewarded. I needed to be advanced. Now, don't get me wrong. I did go, but there was only so far I could go. When you're looking at someone making $300,000, $600,000, $400,000, and you can do what they do, yet you're not afforded those opportunities, even though you have the skill level, or you got to wait till they move or retire or fired or something like that. That's, I feel better about going and go play the lottery ticket. I feel my chances are better doing that than just to wait for that to happen. So I became an entrepreneur out of necessity. And so I took a chance on myself. Now, I will tell you something about your job. Don't despise your job. Your job will finance your freedom. If you leverage it right, it will finance your freedom. But your job will never give you freedom. Okay, I say again, your job will finance your freedom, but your job will never give you freedom. Your job doesn't belong to you. Get that out your head. My job. It's not your job. It's the owner's job. He's just leasing the spot to you, as long as you please to serve him or her.
I wouldn't even say leasing. I wouldn't even call it leasing because
well, he is taking a portion of your life. Sometimes people have contracts, Dinaz. So not everybody just work, as far as when you get in upper echelon levels, like my youngest brother is, he's on contract. He don't, he has a certain amount that you pay him for a certain time periods. I call that leasing time. The majority of people, they just go there and, just work day to day. Okay. So that's cool. But if you want to be free, and when I'm talking about time and financial freedom, location freedom, you want to be free, you got to create something of your own. You're going to have to create something of your own. I don't care if you're LeBron James. Okay, LeBron James is a very, very high paid employee. He works for Jenny Bust, the owner of the Lakers. Oh, he's an extraordinary wealthy man, but don't get me wrong, but Jenny Bust is wealthier. Okay, and then when LeBron's time is done, just like they did with Kareem and Norm Nixon and Kobe Bryant and Magic Johnson, they'll find other people in draft class to replace them. Okay, so what is it going to take for you to believe in yourself and put that energy to work for you, just like you do for someone else, and make you and your family wealthy, you and your family financially secure, you and your family located, it puts you in a very, very great position. Jobs don't leave residual incomes. Jobs do not leave residual incomes for the most part. Oh, sure, if you're an insurance agent, I know I'm talking to some on a thing. You can build up royalties, residuals, and dividends, and you get paid for those policies as long as those customers keep it. But for the most part, jobs are not going to leave residual incomes. In other words, jobs are not going to pay you, keep paying you after you're gone. You say your pension, that's not the job paying you. That's you paying you for your years of service. You're not going to get what the company comes out with new products and new developments and open up new markets. You're not going to get a percentage of that. No. So what you have to look around is like get a very, very clear look at where you want to go, what it takes to get to you there, and what vehicle it's going to take you to get there. That's if you want to go. I met many people, and I'm not even going to say unfortunate anymore. Their choice is like, hey, I love the job. I like what you do. Awesome. They're achieving their goals. I can't knock that. But I'm talking to a specific individual or a group of people like a Dynasty. We're talking to people. We're talking to people, speaking to the entrepreneur, like, I need to create something for me.
Hey, Fitzgerald, can I stop you right there real quick?
Of course you can.
There's a brother in the chat room, Abdullah Jallo. Thank you for hosting this, Dynasty. I am a postgraduate and still can't find a job in London. I'm currently working at McDonald's instead. Any advice you want to give him? Or
Yes, sir. And I'm speaking for gut heart experiences. Sir, you hear me well. You are not a failure. Oh my God, I walked around that for years. I walked around thinking because I wasn't in my field, and I mean, many a times I thought about making my degree into a paper airplane. I'm not exaggerating. Sir, you're not a failure. You're not a failure. It's really not designed for you to win like that. It's designed for a certain amount of a group of people, and people know. Big companies already have their person selected, before the job bulletin is already put out.
You're right.
That person selected. They already have it selected. The two of the best jobs I had, one was with Thrive, when I was selling software. The other one was with the cab, a city court, when I used to live in Atlanta. I already had the job before I applied.
If I could add to that, Fitzgerald, the job I got at Centos, I got it. There's a recruiting agency, a job recruiting agency that deals specifically with sales, and they only recruit former college athletes. Mm-hmm. So, and then the other jobs I interviewed for before then, I got turned down because I didn't have.
You didn't have to know.
I didn't have any connections or anything.
You didn't have to know. I mean, like, it take for me with all my my expertise. Now, I do a little part-time job at a little hardware store. Most of you guys know a household name. I do it because, it gives me rest. Now I work in a garden center. I don't really have to worry about the rigor and things like that. But you know what? Down here in Tampa, I have extraordinary high-power contact, that's related to me, who is in an extraordinary position. Simple the fact because I'm his brother. Simple because I'm his brother. I'm going to get preferred treatment. All I got to do is call that marker in. All I have to do is call that marker in. Well, why don't you? In time I will. But right now I'm trying to build my thing up. But don't let me go on the sidebar. And this is not only for that gentleman right there. Sir, you're not a failure. Ma'am, you're not a failure. Your education is not a waste. God will open up the right door in the right time far as for you. But understand this. If you keep knocking on doors and they're not opening, it's time for you to build a door, your own door. I say again, if you keep knocking on doors and it's not opening, it's time for you to build another door. Because the danger thing, when you stay out of what your field of study and you stay out too long, you start to get inundated. When you stay out long enough and you get a certain time limit, and I'm glad to hear this is happening overseas in London, because it happens in America all the time. But when you start staying, people start looking at you like, what have you been doing? As if you're some type of failure, because if you're out a certain amount of time, Dynas, the more you're out, it's considered liability. Are you unhireable? Did you cause problems? They're looking at that. Or you have period.
Oh, here we go, Fitzgerald. I was told in my old corporate job, if you currently don't have a job, it's a red flag and you can't get a job.
Oh, yeah, if you currently don't have a job, don't even really look.
Yeah. In order to, they would say, in order to get a job, you have to have a job. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Works in relationships too. You single, you don't got no one. Hey, ain't nobody hardly interested in you. Also, you get somebody, everybody want to talk to you. It's just. Don't ask me to explain it. Create your own, sir. Create your own. Do something like a Karatbars for something you own, something that you can use all that expertise and that expertise that you have acquired, that education that you acquired, and you can build massive income for yourself that no one can take away from you. Because if you don't get out there and create something that you own, to create equity for you, you are going to be frustrated. You are going to, it can probably embitter you. It can definitely depress the heck out of you. It can make you start expecting failure. You just build your own door and we'll help you with that. That's the whole thing Karatbars is about. You're the person we're talking to. You're the person as far as what we want to do. There's no such thing as a good job. And people who even got these so-called good jobs, you know what? When you get there, it's not as cool as you even think. Sure, the endorphin is rushing, and you got that good thing like that. But at what? 80 hours a week, spending time for your family away.
In fact, for sure. Remember, back in like 2012, I was calling you all the time, telling you how great my job was, right?
Yes, that's what kept you from Karatbars. Another
exactly.
That's exactly what kept him from building a global team, because he thought he had a good job. I talked to him for years. Dynas Amir should have 50,000 affiliates in his organization. Easily. He should have 50,000 affiliates in his organization. I can get explained about that, but I couldn't get through to him. The only reason he listened because of who I was. I wouldn't even got that far. And truth be told, and I don't know if he'll admit it on here.
Go ahead.
Truth be told, he was tired of me talking about it, but he wanted to be polite.
But 2012 Dynasty at corporate America.
Yeah.
And then 2017, 18. How were those conversations going, Fitzgerald, about corporate?
2017, 18. He's telling me I wished I would have got started with this sooner. Because you know what? When he's in Sierra Leone, I was making the money. Don't get it wrong. I was doing it too. He was making money. When he was sitting in the Newark airport, he was making money.
Yep.
You know, when he's over there loving Sierra Leone and sitting on that beach, that nice cool beach you guys saw on Facebook when he got his back toward the seas, man, incredible photo. Or he's sitting on the mountaintop, you know, overlooking like he's overlooking a valley. He was making money. He was making money from, you know, from over here in America or over somewhere else and stuff like that. He has made money that is residual that he can leave to his son. He is building wealth. You know, and so it's a little wonder why he's smiling a lot or things doing some things like he do. No, sure, he got his other streams like his touring companies, but you guys see how happy-go-lucky he is. That could be you, because he choose. We both started off as zero. I mean, neither one of us have a trust fund. Have a trust fund that we can tap into. Neither one of us, have wealthy parents. They did the best they could, and we're both very grateful for our parents. But, you know, ultimately, we had to go out there and get it.
Right.
Just like a lot of you have to go get it, you know. And so have to get it. You got to know how it's got. And it's got by royalties, residuals, and dividend. It's got by leveraging the time and efforts of other people. That's how it's gotten. You know, so the most wealthiest people in the world, they build networks. They build distribution centers. And, you know, and everything that comes to that network and distribution center, you know, they get a part of that. Ladies and gentlemen, when I got a call from my friend, a friend of 22 years, Michael Delco, we used to be in the same church. I knew him when he was nowhere near the level. And he gave me a call, said, Fitzgerald, I got something I want to take a look at. It deals with gold and it's free. And I said, Michael, man, all right, man, just go ahead and sign me up. Free, just sign me up. I didn't even fill out my own form. Deals with gold and it's free to join. That was a no-brainer. Didn't have anything to lose. That was back almost 5 years ago. I started off with one person. Now I got close to 8,000 people around the world. You know, my network, that's what it consists, including that man right to the left. It put somewhat, I don't want to say a strain, that's the wrong word, but Michael didn't think I wanted to do this. He thought I was somewhat too good for this. For those of you who think you got, your job and this is beneath you and everything like that, building referral-based businesses, network marketing business, whatever you call it. But it's made more millionaires than practically any business in history. So he thought Don asked I was scared. And had I would have been one of his first calls, I would have had an organization of 50,000 plus. That's how much it moved. That's how much it moved. Okay. That's how much that delay cost me. Oh, eventually we got over it, but I still think it from time to time, but you move on and where you go. Because what people are trying to do, people like, God, show me something. So what Karatbars does, Karatbars is a wealth system. All what you're doing, you are taking some of your paper dollars, however much you choose, whenever you choose, and you're exchanging them for gold. Okay. If that was just a part right there, that'd be great. That's a gram of gold. Okay. So the money that I exchanged these for is worth more transferred into this. That's all you do. Then you tell other people, Diane Samir, he tells other people like Queen T and the Marco and Olivia and all these people, and they start telling other people like Denise and other people going along the line, and then you get a percentage based on the total overall your organization. Now keep in mind, you got this is still going up, and then a little funny thing, you're getting paid in euros. Like, and with your Karatbars MasterCard. So Don asked, I don't know if you have yours. Mine is somewhere around here.
It's in my bag.
Yeah. Well,
hold on. Hey, let me stop you. So I used it in Sierra Leone to pay for my hotel.
Did it work?
It sure did work.
Did they come? Did cats come check? Did them cats come in through the 3 o'clock in the morning, snatch your covers off of you, say, "Hey man, you ain't paid, brother. You need to roll up out of here." Did they come do that?
Nope, it worked.
Did you use it in the ATM machine to extract some of their currency?
Did I use it in the ATM machine? I don't remember. I think I had brought a lot of cash with me, so I just exchanged money. But I used my card at the. I'm gonna tell you where I used it. I used it at the hotel, to pay for my hotel. I used it somewhere else to pay for food, but I used it in Africa. My Karatbars card.
Went through no problem, huh?
No problem.
And then you notice that it dealt with the company's exchange rate in accordance to euros.
Right.
So was it, and it wasn't nearly costing you as much. It was actually more valuable. Those more valuable than your US dollars.
Yep.
This is what we do.
Oh, let me stop you. I did take money out. In fact, I took money out here in America using it though, not in Africa, but I did use it in Sierra Leone to pay for my hotel.
So was the cash legitimate? Was it did it say we don't recognize this?
No.
Okay. Here's my point, guys.
Let me get the card real quick. Go ahead. I'm gonna get the card real quick.
Here's my point. This is a side business as far as for him. That's a very, very lucrative business. Pretty soon it would be both our full-time income things like that. Now the gold is still going up. What we're talking about what he was talking about is like getting paid in euros and using those euros to live. We're not, our goal is not to spend any of our gold or liquidate it. We want to store that because that's where our wealth is going to be really, that's gold is money. And so it holds a good part of your wealth as far as in it. So that's all what we're trying to do. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. Karatbars operates. It's the largest distributor of small gold increments in the world. That card that you saw me have, that was a 1 gram card. We also deal with 2.5.
Can I interject? No, for sure. I'm sorry. I just got excited about.
Get excited. I see it, man. I see you. I see you.
I use
this. You flocking over there, as the millennials would say.
So I used this card, my Karatbars MasterCard, several times when I was in Sierra Leone. Several times. And I want to say I used it in Liberia as well, but I used it in Sierra Leone. Went through, no issues, paid for my hotel right here. My Karatbars MasterCard. Bam. Everywhere
that MasterCard is accepted in the millions of places around the world, that card can be used. Now like Karatbar gives you a chance to open up your own e-commerce business, your own e-commerce global business but simply for free by clicking on that link right there with Dinah Samir. You can open that up for free. It takes about 7 minutes. Hopefully hopefully some of you guys like catching what I'm saying and just go ahead and just start signing up while I'm still talking. You're going to be glad you did so.
Actually, somebody
and then you're able to operate in 146 countries right away. Dynas and I have affiliates in Switzerland, England, Australia, Nigeria, South Africa, Canada, Tanzania, Trinidad, all over and coming in all the time. Our group is growing right now while we're sitting on the screen like that. Someone's looking at opportunity because keep in mind, they're not doing it to build our wealth. They're doing it to build theirs. Save a lot of gold, tell a lot of people, make a lot of money. Okay, so this company was started in 2011 by Harold Constantine Seitz. Some of you guys may have heard of it, some of you have not. If you haven't, let me introduce you what's going on with it. Karatbars is creating a new financial ecosystem, and where gold is the standard for payment, just like it used to be before all this paper fiat currency came right there. They're complete with their own blockchain, complete with their own gold-backed cryptocurrency, complete with their own, blockchain computer and blockchain phone, complete with several with their own infrastructure, their own payment system called KaratPay that I can literally transfer gold from my account to Dynas's account. If I want to say he has a tour coming up, I can literally transfer the equivalent of gold from my account to pay for that tour, whatever his price is, transfer in my account to his account, and then he will accept it all day long. That's what we're talking about. You need no special license. You have to have no special training. It's free to join. Click on the link, register as an affiliate. Karatbars is gonna, but once you finish that, you're gonna get an email from Karatbars. You click on that and verify your account. Go download the terms and conditions. After you get that set a time to give me a call. Fitzgerald Stephens, 1-716-573-6296, 1-716-573-6296. My personal email address is Fitzgerald Stephens, my first and last name that you see there, at gmail.com. I, in turn, will show you what you got. I will help develop you. I will help train you. I'll help give you the necessary training, plug you into the system that gives you the necessary training for free. I will take my time for free. That phone number I gave you is my personal cell phone number. People all over the world have it, so I don't mind you having it neither. You know,
I'm sorry. And also, too, guys, I'm going to call you. Once you sign up, click on my affiliate link, sign up as an affiliate. I will call you personally as well. And you'll have my personal cell phone number.
I just Major Payne, thank you for the $10 super chat. He wrote, who owns Karatbars? Karatbars is owned by Harold Constantine Seitz, based in Stuttgart, Germany. It's a privately owned company. So it's German-owned company, owned by German. No, so so that is hopefully, I'm glad I was able to answer your questions. I like to interact with the audience and things like that. So let me go ahead and explain a couple of things right here. Okay, now in the world of Karatbars, you have two teams, a right side and a left side. Okay, only two teams. You can have literally over 500 to close to 600,000 affiliates like Shirley and Gober here in the United States, or close to 450,000 like Tammy Morrison here in the United States. You can have like 70,000 plus, like my sponsor Michael Delco in the United States. You can have close to 8,000 plus, like I do over here. There's a gentleman in South Africa named Isaac Matthias, and I really wish a lot of you guys would follow him on YouTube. He became extraordinarily successful, and dang near is going to be extraordinary financially free for him and his families. One reason simply because of the exchange rate to the euro to the rand, the euro to the South African rand. Isaac would tell you, man, he ain't interested in coming to the United States. For him to come over here, he take a pay cut because the euro is doing so good. The euro, according with the exchange rate to the rand, is doing so well. He can have all the life he wants to do exceedingly better than what he would pay over here because of the cost of living adjustment. Dynas got me thinking about Sierra Leone. It ain't nothing for me, to take my business and go over there and still operate as if I'm from there and set up shop from there. And that's another thing what I like about Karatbars, Dynas. I am my business. I'm down here in Tampa, Florida right now. Love the city, love the awesome city. Love this. I'm a Southerner from Southeast Alabama, so I must have warm weather. You're talking to a man who don't even like to keep his refrigerator door open too long, and I'm not exaggerating. I cannot stand cold weather. But if I choose to move, to Africa, to southern Italy, or even Canada, which I like a lot. When I move, my business moves with me because I am my business. As long as I have this in a computer, I can operate and build massive income for myself anywhere in the world. Anywhere. And you can too. Karatbars doesn't care if you're a woman. It doesn't care if you have a criminal background. It doesn't care if you don't have any experience. It don't care if you have too many experience. It don't care if you're an old man. It don't care about your race, your color, creed. All it respects is your hustle and your desire, to build something for you and your family. Now, once you do that, you build this thing up, you get a thing called residual income. It just keeps paying you. I mean, I got paid today, and Dynas got paid today. It's Friday. Every payday, that MasterCard is loaded up with euros in accordance to our production for the following week. It's a beautiful thing. No, and so getting back to the two teams, for everyone who you personally refer in this business is going to go on one of your two teams. Now, you're also going to there also addition, you can also get a thing called spillover. Some of you listening on here, the Dynas has put hundreds of people in your organization, by doing spillover, him and I working, because you're in his organization, which means you're in my organization. So you have a choice, you have a choice of creating what's called a dual team payout, and that's another stream of income. Karatbars has about 7 streams of income, but I'm going to talk about the dual team payout, which is what I'm most excited about. You have with the dual team payouts, you have a list of 4 business packages that you get. Voluntary, you don't have to get them, but you're probably going to want to get them. One of them is called a VIP, which both Dynas and I are at. That's about 3,000 euros. The other one is the gold, which is about 1,700 euros. The one below that is the silver, which is about 705 euros. The one below that is the bronze, which is about 150 euros. Now, all of them are going to come with gold. But the particular thing about what makes these packages so special, and by the way, they're tax deductible, so you can't write them off, and you get it for the end of the year. You can't write them off on this year's taxes. What makes these things so special is that now you qualify for something called units, and units in the world of Karatbars is money. Anytime someone purchases gold, anytime someone purchases the computer, anytime someone purchases gold package or profit packages or the phone, anything that goes within that Karatbar system, it creates units depending on what the package and what purchase is. So remember, I told you have two teams. Now, as a business, once you get a business package, you qualify for units. So let's just say you're getting these units, okay? And when you get 25 units on one side or in one team and 50 units on another team, it creates a payout. Now, if you're like Dinas and I, 25 units on one side and 50 units on another side is a VIP. Every time that happens, like clockwork, we've made 80 euros or roughly 90 something American dollars. So that's with us. I mean, if you're in South Africa, and with the rand or Nigeria naira, it's going to adjust according to how much naira or rand you made. Okay, that's cool. If we have a gold package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you made 60 euros, just like clockwork. Okay. If you have a silver package, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you made 50 euros. Still pretty good. Or if you have a starter package, the bronze, 25 units on one side, 50 units on another side, you made 40 euros. Now, you remember the guy I told you guys about, Michael Delco?
Mm-hmm.
Michael Delco retired from a 6-figure mortgage banking job in 103 days off the equivalent of a bronze package. I don't think you guys heard me. He retired from a 6-figure mortgage banking job in 103 days after being up this business off the equivalent of a bronze package. Okay. Bronze package is what it's paying now what the silver package used to pay. So he started off actually getting, he got a silver, but the payout was 40 euros for the silver package back then. It's since went up. That's why I said the equivalent of a bronze package in 103 days. That was almost 6 years ago. My personal friend and Dinas and I have met. Dinas has talked with him. I've introduced him to Dinas. He'll tell you what type of man he is. A man hasn't worked in 6 years, just doing this little gold business. He's in Madrid right now with a Karatbar conferences. That man has done more traveling and doing things far as his family, but his family is free. His wife is free. His 5 grown children are free. The goldfish is free if he got one. The dog is free. Everybody's free, simply because he took action to go ahead and build this. And he's helped a lot of people, including myself. The reason I'm able to talk to you guys like I do is because he taught me how to talk to you like I am. And the reason why some of you are successful on this, because I'm teaching you, and I was further keep teaching others stuff like that. Because why? What's the end game? I can't grow if I don't help you grow. Is your job going to do that? Is your job really going to teach you how to really, really make money? Even some cases more to them without feeling threatened with you around you and things? Probably not. With this, you can build residual income that'll pay you for the rest of your life. You can sell this thing as a business. You still got your gold. The product is money. The product is gold. I mean, the worst thing was going to happen to you, you got a whole bunch of gold, in a tin can in your house. Thing to happen to you. You have no minutes, no maximums. It's free to join. I'm going to train you for free. The Wealth Builder training system created by Ty and Valerie Best is that free to join. You purchase what you want, when you want, however you want. You know what? And I'm going to say this, and I haven't said it before on some streams, and you're only 2 people away from being a millionaire. You're only 2 people away from being a millionaire. You find the right person on your right side and the right person on your left side, you dang sure could be a millionaire. provided they hustle. They got to be. I mean, what happens if you get a Michael Delco in on one side of your team?
As we say, Fitzgerald, in sales, 20% of your reps are going to make up 80% of your number.
Yeah, it's called the Pareto principle, but it's true. But what if you get a Dynas Amir like I was fortunate to give? You know, I gave Dynas Amir away. You know, but he's still in my organization. No, because I was trying to build her organization, and I'm glad I did. But that's what we do, you know. And I don't really need to. Now I know you guys got more questions, and I like to keep things real simple. I find that's the best way to do it. I'll keep it simple on the stream right here, and then as those of you who choose to call me, feel free to call me. Then I'll explain more. Now I will also want to apologize for apologies for people who I haven't got back to as promptly. I mean, I'd make it my business to get back to everyone, but ladies and gentlemen, please be patient with me. Since Dynas and I have been doing these streams together, our time has been exploding. We're getting calls from all over the world, you know. So it's not that I'm ignoring you, and I will return your call. So be patient with me, or you know, or even give a second call. But most of the time, I'm gonna answer that call when I'm available, and I'm gonna walk you through it. So what is your job? All you have to do is say, hey, you know, you register your account for free.
Use my link.
Use that link right there. Register your account for free. You won't see my link on Dynas's stream here. You know, so you register that, you register thing, and then he's gonna see you. He's gonna know you came in. And you're more likely Dynas is going to give you a thank you call. He's going to refer you to me.
I'm going to call you. Not more likely. I'm going to call you.
Well, he's going to call you. So what's your thing with me? You call to say, hey, this is Khadijah. Hey, Khadijah, I hear. All you have to do is say, I saw you on the Dynas Amir show. That's code. I know exactly what to do right there. And, you know, and you have your account registered, and I'm going to walk you through how to, you know, what you have in your hands. I'm going to help train you, and I'm going to plug you into the right system. I'm probably more likely going to send you the welcome letter and give you the steps, and I'm going to navigate and guide you through and things like that. And, you know, and I've done that over and over and over again. And, you know, now I would do it for far as for you. In other words, I'm going to help you be successful and help you and your family make money for free, taking my time for free, just to do that. And, you know, and I'm going to run with you as far as you want to run. Now, I know some of you guys out there got some great things going on, and I applaud you. Maybe something like this could not maybe, but something like this could enhance what you're already doing. What would an extra $2,000 to $5,000 to $10,000 sometimes a month, you know, would do for you? That guy told you what Michael Delco, my friend and stuff like that, who I watched. Well, about a couple of months ago, he went down to a Range Rover dealership and took that same car that you saw me out, and he paid for a new Range Rover with his. That's how well he's doing. That's how well he's doing. But I don't want to. I'm not that man who likes to focus on, well, look what so-and-so is doing, and look what they're doing. And wow, I don't like to put stuff out there. Well, I like to concentrate on look what you can do. You know, to that man over there in London, sir, you can do the exact same thing that Mr. Delco is doing. You can do the exact same thing that Dynas and I. You can exceed us in income. All you just need is someone to believe in you and to teach you. Now, when I say believe in you, we got to get your belief back up, because here's another thing they don't talk about in corporate America. It beats the dream and the belief out of you. It just beats it out of you. It has you thinking you can have it, and then you'll hear yourself well, let's be thankful we got a job. Oh, I hope they don't fire me. You know, I saw a lady. I work with a lady, and you know, 67 years old, and should I say years young? And she said, Fitzgerald, the days I'm going to be leaving here pretty soon. I said, why? What's going on? So, well, they said I have to work weekends, and I told them I couldn't work weekends, and I've been working here 8 months, and it's been fine. Now all of a sudden they said I can't do it. You know, they got to let me go. And so yesterday at 1 o'clock was her last day. But before that happened, what I did, I just told her, hey, go ahead and give me your number. I got something to look at. Go ahead and give me your number. And I'm going to text her my link, and I'm going to help her make wealth of that. She's 67, and there are plenty of people 67 working out there doing something where they just have to do and don't want to do instead of spending their time like they want to do, because you gotta plant that. This is what Karatbar gives you, an opportunity to build something of your own. So I'm going to help you with that. You get the email, for Karatbars, verify the link, log on to your account, karatbars.com, download the terms and conditions, give me a call. I'm going to show you how to order your package. I'm going to explain a little bit more to you, because I know a lot of you guys got questions. I'm going to send you some videos. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to show you how to work and navigate through the system. The reason I can do that, because I've been doing about 5 years, and I'm doing that because that's the way you build networks. Now, getting back to what we were saying, sir, and I'm speaking to the man in London, because his story has really touched me, Dinaz, and there's a lot of people that can relate to it too. I will help you build wealth. You don't have to accept this. I'll put you in a position, sir, where you can own McDonald's instead of work for them. You heard me, and I didn't stutter. I know what's in me. I know what I can do. And I can certainly help you do the same thing, as long as you're teachable and you got a work ethic. If you don't have either one of those, we can't work together, because it's just not going to work. And so how do you change your mindset? How do you change it? You're being beat down so long. You get around people, positive people, Dinas and I, or any other number of positive people, in your life, who's not going to bring you doom and gloom, but sunshine and roses, telling you how to good and telling you what you can do and what you can achieve, not telling you how bad it is and what they are doing. I have yet to figure out who they are yet. I just don't know who they are. I don't know who the man is. Do you know who he is, Dinas? Because I've been hearing about him a long time. The man, the man is keeping up. No, I am the man. You are the woman. I determine my success. You determine your success. So how do I get to this point? I started hanging around people. I started getting this right. You got to get this right. The money will come. You got to get this right. And you got to get this right. You got to do the right things with the right motive. And few things are more right than helping people, really sincerely helping people. So you read books. You read certain books. You turn off the TV. You turn off the Facebook fights. You turn off all the 6 o'clock news. Hey, you know what? President
Fitzgerald, I've been, and we get distracted sometimes by what you just mentioned. It happens to me too, but you have to turn it off. You have to. It's key in order to be successful. You have to turn off the distractions.
I went to the doctor. And they told me, well, Fitzgerald, you better get your blood pressure under control. You really better get it under control. Okay. I feel good. I think I look pretty well, but the blood pressure was kind of going up and down. You know why? Stress. That's what drove me at my job. Stress. And so I started getting that under control. And then lo and behold, there was a little thing called coffee that I love a lot. Coffee spikes blood pressure. And lo and behold, like that, I had to lose some weight. And I had to make lifestyle changes. I had to stop taking things so serious. I'm a Virgo male, and everything is logical to us. When you say hi, we analyzing that. What do you really mean? That's our personality for the most part. I had to stop taking life too serious. I had to enjoy life. I had to learn to treat myself and be good to myself. I had to learn to do for me first before I started doing for everyone else. I was making everybody else happy and not making myself happy. You know what makes me happy? Having the time and freedom to do what I want to do. This weekend, I went to see my parents. I don't consider them elderly, but mother is 75 and daddy is 76. Let's just say they're all gray hair now. I remember, I'm blessed and fortunate to have my parents at my age. I wanted to see them. I knocked on a door, just show up. That's the way I do when I go home to Alabama. I just come in. I like being around them. I like being around Dinas. I like being able to not worry about how I'm going to live and what about my financial future. You know what I like almost just as much? Helping you not worry about your financial future. So we said enough. What you guys do now, it's time to take action. Okay. Now, don't be skeptical. Skeptical will keep you broke. Don't really look up. Don't listen to your broke friends telling you what they wouldn't do. Don't listen to someone said, I tried something like that before and it wasn't for me. Well, they may have been lazy and they left that part out. Don't listen to things say, well, I got scammed and stuff like that, and I ain't gonna do anything like that. Let me ask you something. You ever had a bad meal? Yes. Did it stop you from eating? No. You ever had a bad haircut or a bad weave? Yes. Did it stop you from getting weaves? No. Okay. No. You get it? You ever flunked the test? Yes. Did it stop you from graduating? No. You get my point. Just because something doesn't work, one time, that's not a thing just to go ahead and stop trying. But never ever stop believing in you. Never.
If I can interject, hopefully Holism is on here, as he says. If the New England Patriots lose the Super Bowl or don't make it to the Super Bowl, the following year, do they shut down the stadium and get rid of the team?
No. You try again with a different way. You try again with new profound knowledge. Please, blind faith, I don't believe in it. I believe in investigation and then action. I'm a man of faith, but I'm far from blind. Stuff got to make sense to me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying to you guys. Now, here's what makes sense. Imagine Sir in McDonald's, ma'am in Cairo, Egypt, twins in London. Imagine creating an extra income of $3,000 to $5,000 a month. What would that do for your household? Some people do $30,000 a month in this. Some people do 6 figures. I know them. I'll be one of them. As long as I keep doing the work. You got to keep doing the work. You got to keep doing that. Doesn't has to be one of them. I've helped that man create a lot of that wealth that he has. Now, I'm not patting myself on the back and trying to break his hand, but that's my little brother and my friend, and I love him dearly. I truly do. So he's out there. When he's out there succeeding, and he's out there able to do something. As far as like this, and I'm a small part to help do that. I knew Dynast before. I knew Dynast before Dynast Amir existed. I knew Dynast Amir before Search or Uru did. All this guy you guys see here, this great man. I knew him as a great man when he didn't know he was a great man. I knew him in the beginning. I was a lot of reason. It's a lot of reason that motivated him, and I'm definitely don't say that lightly. It's absolutely 100%. I was one of the guys who motivated him to do this platform that he's doing. This Dynast Amir, I've been talking to the man for over a decade. Not too far from 15 years. Times went by so fast, but and to me to see him do what he does, and to know I had a small piece of that. He did the work. I can't take credit for that, but I definitely put some spark of inspiration, and more importantly, I believed in it. He never heard me say, "Man, you crazy." You can't do that. If he called me and say, well, man, Fitzgerald, I'm thinking about driving a Porsche. I'm like, oh, hell to the no, man. You don't need to do that now. It ain't right time. He didn't listen. But he got the truth. But when I said, listen, Dynast, I got something here. And if you follow my dream, I'm not going to take you off a cliff. I'm seeing something with this gold business. You need to come aboard and join this thing again with it. And I waited for him. He was registered, and for years he just sat on it, but I never gave up on him. I would go ahead and nudge it, but see, his thing, he was building something else. At least he was building something else. His job, man, I'm glad he lost his Centos job, because you know what? That made it possible for you guys to hear what we're talking about now, because he wouldn't have did it. Centos had him thinking he was cool. He's making his 6 figures. But I got the call that day when they split his territory. Mm-hmm. I got the call when he went from rock star to no star. What to do? I got the call. Sure. I was one of the guys, saying that as we're friends, we're personal friends, and business partners. And so I was up there saying when the bottom was falling out with me, and I went through some real heavy personal problems, he got the call. It works both ways. He never told me, man, you crazy boy for doing that. Dude, you deserve it. You deserve that. You know, I remember one time, in a not too far past, that Dynast sent me $50. I didn't have gas money. I didn't have gas money. I was working up in upstate New York, and I was going through a tough time. No, not, you know, sickness was clamping on that. And that man sent me $50. That $50 gave me a belief back in myself. First, like, God, thank you, you know, for helping me. And since Dynast done that, I've made that man several thousands of euros. And it's going to be even 10, 100 times, even 100 times greater than that. That man believed in me at a time I didn't believe in myself. I believed in him at a time he believed in himself. If you don't have someone like that, sir, over in London, England, you're not going to make it. We'll do that for you. What's our benefit for doing it? Because we don't grow not unless you do. What's our benefit for it? Because we want to. You know, you can't go to Sierra Leone by yourself. You can't see all these great things. You can't go on the beaches of the world and just you. You want to take good people with you. You want to be able to take friends and people who are of like-minded, and you know, and they're few and far in between. So take a chance. Not even take a chance. Invest in you. Register for free. Verify your link. Give me a call. Start paying yourself first in an asset. Goal. Start paying yourself. Then we'll show you how to do what we do. We'll show you how to build a global team and show you how to create something that you can literally lead to your children and they can lead to their children. It's going to pay you while you're sitting around there on the sandy beaches of the world. I'd like to thank everyone who took, who tuned in and took your precious time to listen to us. I don't take it lightly. For those of you who this is not for, thank you for even coming on. You know, I've learned I got to be a little bit more mature to people who disagree with me. You know, I can't take it personal like I've been to over the years. You know, I mean, you're doing your thing and this is not for you. Great. You know, I'm not going to stop respecting you. I'm not going to stop respecting you even if you disrespect me. You know, I just got to change, you know, because when I get myself all agitated, it drives that blood pressure up and I want to live. So I'm just going to wish you well and God bless you and be speed. And hey, whenever you're ready, you call and you want more, you know, even if you said something derogatory, let's talk about it. You know, let's talk about it. Now, you're not going to keep being allowed to be like that, but let's talk about it. Maybe there's something, maybe there's some hearsay that you don't know, or maybe you can enlighten me. But make no doubt about it. I am serious about every single one, you know, of helping you and your family, you know, create something for you that you can leave a legacy for your children. Because the faith that I follow and the Bible that I read, it says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. You know, and that inheritance is not a whole bunch of bills. You know, and a lot I've seen and happens in other communities too. You know, when the patriarch is put in the ground, the war starts. I witnessed all that in families. I've seen it. You know, there's one key person, a matriarch, strong woman, or a patriarch, a strong man. They hold all that foolishness together. They stop a lot of that foolishness. They're the safety valve. But when they remove, all of a sudden, mama left this to me. I got the car. This is my house. You ain't this. People ain't talking for years over money. Over money. You know, over stuff. So it can happen because, you know, when people with a poverty mentality, they grab all they can. You know, but what if you like, you know what, brother, it's not worth losing. Just take it. I'll be fine. You better have resources. And this is what we're talking about. And, you know, and everything I come on and say to you guys, I can say it so passionately because I lived it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm 55 years old. I done seen a lot of things on God's earth. I done seen a lot of things on God's earth. You know, and one of the biggest stress on relationships is money. One of the biggest stressors on relationship is money. Everybody from the church to the PTL club asks for it. Everybody. And so and so two things that will determine your happiness and be really a major sort of your happiness is the people you choose to align with, be that a spouse, that a friend, or whatever. in the economic value that you create, because you have to have both. You know, and a lack of money or money pressure is the biggest cause of divorce in this country, and I suspect it happens all over the world too. You know, okay, you got money, but you don't know how to communicate. Okay, you got money, but you don't know how to rest and enjoy it. I remember one time in a final thing here, and I could take it, and I'll take you guys' questions when you know actually when you call me this time, because I got something else I need to do. I remember one time my wife had arranged for me to go to Montreal, Canada. So far, my favorite city in the world that I've seen. You know, I just love Montreal, Canada. Been going there for about 25 years.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
When you know, might wind up there. You know, I just love the city. Well, I had just opened up my company, a business that I shouldn't have had. You know, it's foolish for me to get it, but I wanted my own. You know, she made arrangements for me to go. I said, no, sweetie, thank you. That's okay. I got to stay and work. I got to do it. I got to hold it together. He met me at that company. The company disappeared. The company can go, but I think about that Montreal trip. I got a chance to go back a couple of years later. I went up there solo and took my bike, and I enjoyed it. Saying like, why didn't I do that? In other words, what are you working for? You know, you're working to spend time with those you love. But it's a funny thing. Job tells you got to the time. But this job I work right now, Dinaz, hey, can I get some days off to see my parents? Well, we'll see what you do. Finally, I had to tell him. I said, I don't think you understand. You know, I'm going to go see my mom and dad. They're my only parents. Are 7 hours away. When I got here, I do that at least about once a month. It's going to happen. Well, I could talk. You know, I could talk pretty bold like that. Number one, good God, I got about 8,000 fill-ins. Shoot, it's sometimes in a very very short period of time, I made more in Karatbars sitting up here, you know, just doing this. I made, you know, practically 2 weeks of work. So I got that. In my personality is like, okay, the entrepreneur in me, like, I'm not too used to answering to answering the people. I respect you, but I'm not too used to asking guys, can I go on a 15-minute lunch break? Is it okay that I have this day off? Is it after a while, and it started to kick in. It started to kick in a little bit if I keep going. You know, I'm just around flowers now and stuff and doing an easy laid back club, but I'm not used to doing that. And I'm just certainly not used to not knowing about my life, you know, not and having someone else control the direction of my life if I'm making a mistake, if I'm making myself clear. And that's what we're trying to get you guys to see. There is a better way. You know, Karatbars is a way, not the only way. There is a way. But let's ask ourselves a couple things. Is there no risk? Is there risk? No. Why? It's free to join. Is do you have to come out your pocket for any expenses? No, because the goal you choose to acquire is at your own pace. You acquire what you want. Do you lose the units if you don't use them? No, they build up, waiting for 25 and 50. That's how that's how you pay. Do you have to go and build a team? No. We have a lot of people just choose to collect the cryptocurrency, you know, and do very, very well with that. But the value rising that. What do I have any cap on my income? No. You make much as one. You make as much as you determine you want to make. What if I decide that something happens, I gotta take care of my ailing mother and stuff like that, and I gotta be away from the great company 6 months. Go ahead and take care of your family is what we're gonna say. And when you come back, your team is gonna be bigger than when you left. Because just because you stop don't mean they're stopping. You know, what about the training? Do I gotta pay Mr. Fitzgerald for his time? No. Just give me a call, say, hey, I heard about you on Search for You, or I need some help. What do you recommend? I'm going to spend time to take to you. Some people I talk to as much as 2 hours on my and not one at one time neither. You know, and so what incentives can I win? I can show you all that. You know, what's the bit? How do I set up my organization? I can show you all that. I just did that today. So you got me for free. You got Dynast for free. You got the Wealth Builder system that by Ty and Valerie Best is for free. You got upline help from me to Dynas, to me, to even my sponsor, Michael Delco, when he's available, come out there. You got that, and you build yourself a massive income. Free, 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 free. You supply the hustle and the work. That I will not do for you. That I would not do for you. You know, you got 146 countries. You can find someone, you know, who in the simple thing. You know how you build this? I'm going to do a little role playing for you guys right now.
Hey, Fitzgerald, can you show your card real quick? Your gold, not the credit, not the debit card, but some of your gold. There you go. That's it right there, Ninja.
That's a gram of gold. So we're going to do a little role play, and I'm going to take this a little bit because a lot of times people have been asking me to create my own YouTube channel, Dynas, so I can actually teach. I had an affiliate do that yesterday, and I'm going to take her up on that. Okay, so here's a little role playing. Okay, I'm going to do a little role playing with Dynas, and this is freestyle, but this is how it's done. Hey, Dynas, man, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Hey, good. Hey, man, let me say real quick. Do you keep your income options open? You ever look at any other ways to make money?
Yes, I do.
Hey, awesome. Hey, man, you know what? I got a business link I want to send you. I'm going to text it to you, or you prefer email. Which do you prefer?
It's fine.
Okay, great. I'll get it to you. You know, it's called realmoney.info. Hey, it takes about 30 minutes. You know, go ahead and watch it. And I'm going to follow up you later on today. But 7 o'clock be all right?
That's fine.
I'm off the phone. I still haven't said anything. I sent in the goldrocks.info. I still haven't said anything. Okay, 7 o'clock. I call there. Not 7:10 and not 8 o'clock and not the next day saying, now Tim, I forgot. You got to respect this time if you expect him to respect your time. Hey, 2 questions. Hey, Dynas, Fitzgerald. Hey, man, did you watch the video?
Yes.
Second question. Do you see an opportunity for yourself?
Yes.
Great. Let's go ahead and get your free gold affiliate account registered. You send them your link. Okay. After you do that, after he does that, he verifies the account. Hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and get Mr. Delco on the line. Okay. You know, and everything. Like Mr. Delco is very successful, made a ton of money in this business. You know, left a mortgage banking job in 103 days. So just going to introduce him to you. Okay. And so I called the phone. Hey, Mr. Delco, Fitzgerald, how you doing? If you never noticed his raspy voice. Said, look, hey, listen, I have Mr. Amir on the line. You know, just got into business and I just want to introduce him. I put my phone on mute. I don't need to talk. That's between Mr. Delco and Mr. Amir now. So Mr. Delco is going to say, hey, welcome to the team. Let me ask you something. Are you looking to save in gold or gold-backed cryptocurrency, or you want to build a massive global team like Fitzgerald is doing? Fitzgerald and I are doing, depending on what you say. So I want to build a team. Okay, great. Let's get your business package. This is a little bit of thing about the gold. This is a little bit about, so he's going to answer your questions. Okay. All right. And so then he's going to say this, you know, then he's going to say the he is me, you know, then I'm going to say this when I do these calls with you. I'm going to say, Dynas, what I want you to do, I want you to give Jonay my personal cell number. And Jonay, I want you to call me direct, because I'll just go ahead and help train you and make sure everything's going well for you and your team. Because you know, Dynas is relatively new in the company, so until he gets that training, I want to make sure that you know that we're getting you everything you deserve. So what have I done? I've taken all the pressure off of Dynas Amir. I put it on me. So she calls me, and then I'm the one that trains them. This is what Dynas and I do. This is what he does. And this is what I teach his people to do. Now, I'm not going to do it for you forever. I'm doing it for you to get you strong enough in your belief up, you know, that you can do that yourself. Because the last thing I want you to do, oh God, I can never do what Fitzgerald do. I can't do what Dynas do. I'll be afraid. I don't know what to say to people. You're right. You don't know, you know, so that's why you need someone working with you who you do know. So all of a sudden, Jonay decided to get a silver packet. Dynas has a package. He gets paid in commission for work I did. That's how it works. That's how he paid for that hotel room over there. That's all we do. And the same thing I did with Dynas Amir, I will do with you. That's a promise. No, but eventually I'm going to require you. Not eventually. I'm going to require you that you plug into the trainings that's done on Facebook, that you attend some of the functions, when you can down in Atlanta. That I'm going to require to you that you do your part. You know, you go out there, and so that's what I'm going to ask. And for those of you who saying I don't know anybody or I don't know anybody, please don't say that to me. I'm just gonna. You won't see it, but I'm just gonna put my head down. What I'm thinking is, damn, it's like 6 billion people in those 146 countries, and this person tell me they can't find anyone. No, you probably can't find them in your family or your friends, but believe me, we're out there. All you do is open your mouth. That's your work. Your work is this. Do you look for any other ways to make money? You keep your income option open. No. Do you look for any other ways to make money? I'm straight. What does that mean?
Be straight.
Well, I'm cool. All right. Leave them alone. Do you end up any other ways to make money? Nah, man. The demand. The man said I can't. Do you look for any other ways to make money? Yes, that's who you want. The other 3 didn't count. Okay, go through the process. Okay, send a video, therealmoney.info. 2 questions. Did you watch the video? Do you see an opportunity for yourself? Send them your link, register account, call me for a 3-way. I talk to them, I take them from you. You go out and repeat the same process. If you can do that one concept right there, you could be highly successful in this company, extraordinary financial successful. I'm talking about within 2 or 3 years, but never have to work for anyone in your life if you get out and get it. That's what we do. So this is some of that training that one of my affiliates, Miss Israel, said to me, and this is for you. You know, I'm just doing a little bit far as right there, but this just sounds simple. It's nothing complicated. What I want you to say, that little brown skinned man, with the little accent, with the country twang. That's all he do. If he can do that, I can. Of course you can. I can do it better than him. Go on. You won't. Dynass has not got a call to me saying, "Hey man, you sponsored too many people." I sponsored 122 people. He's already up to like 315. I ain't called him one time and said, "Man, you got to slow down, brother. You're making me look bad." Mr. Delco is looking at both of us. You're making me look bad. So on that note, I'm finished. But gang, we really want to help you. I don't come up here. This is not a job. This is my call, and I got the haircut for you guys, and like mom said, she's real big about my skin looking right, and so hopefully she did pass the test. Other words, I got myself professionally ready for you guys. No, just like I would for a job, because you matter more. See, I'm out there talking. I know I'm not going to get everybody. I know I'm not probably going to get a huge number of people. I'm not looking for them. I'm looking for someone to say, yeah, I believe in myself enough. And so Dynass, on that note, man, I thank you for having me on your team. Welcome back. I know you're going to get ready to go to Sierra Leone. I promise you, if things keep going on the trajectory, I should be able to easily do that next year. I'll be in a point where I can just go ahead and go, especially what our cryptocurrencies get ready to do. I'll easily be able to follow you out there, and just stay. I want to be out there at least a month when I go see it based on what you're saying. So for those of you who took time to listen for something for you, not listen to me, to listen to I want you to listen to your spirit, listen to your heart. Forget what I'm saying. Can you do this? Yes. Will you get support and help? Yes. What do you got to lose? Thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, link is in the chat room. Click on the link. Click on my affiliate link. Sign up. It is also on the screen, and it'll also be in the description. Hello, Fafu Malau. Hello, everyone in the chat room. Click on the link. Sign up as an affiliate. You're going to get a personal phone call from me. Then I'm going to get you connected to Fitzgerald, who's going to get you up and rolling. So again, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you go to dynastamir.com, dynastamir.com. Until next time, family, Dynasty Amir, search for Huru, Fitzgerald Stephens. Peace.
Thank you, everyone.